let's create an assignment for this course. As you can see, in this training shell, I'm in the course home page, the Week 1 folder, and a Chapter 1 folder. And so I'm going to add an assignment that I'm going to call Paper 1. To do this, I'm going to need to select the Assessments button, and from the drop-down menu, select Assignment. Now that I'm in the Create Assignment page, I'm going to enter the name, Paper 1, and I'm going to add any instructions and guidelines the students will need to complete this assignment. I have two choices. I can write the instructions in the text editor, or I could upload the instructions through the assignment files and attach through Browse My Computer if the file is on my computer or my USB drive, or if I've already uploaded the file, choose Content Collection. For this demonstration, I've already uploaded instructions for Paper 1, so I'm going to choose Browse Content Collection. Inside the Browse Content Collection pop-up window, you can see that I've selected Instructions for Assignment 1. And now I'm going to select Submit. Next, I'm going to add a due date. The reason why I want to add a due date is that the date will actually populate inside of eLearning. It'll appear in the calendars. It'll also appear in the notification settings. So a student does not have an excuse for not seeing and thereby missing a deadline. I'm going to go ahead and change the date. Although I had the option of entering the new date in the date field, I went ahead and selected the calendar icon so I can choose directly from the calendar. So I go ahead and choose Friday 1st. And again, I'm going to choose to change the time by selecting the clock icon. And select 2 p.m. Next, I'm going to add the other required information, the points possible. In this example, I'm going to make the paper just worth 25 points. If you have a rubric that you created inside of eLearning, you can definitely add it with the Add Rubric command. But since I've already included my instructions in the Attach Files command, I'm going to leave the rubric alone at this time. But please note, there is another video on how to create and add rubrics. In terms of options, you have several types of details available. If I select Submission Details, by default, you can see that assignments are assigned to each student in your course. But as you can see, you can also have groups assigned to do the work, in addition to making this assignment part of a portfolio. Also, by default, students have only one attempt to submit and upload their assignment on time. But as you can see, as I select the drop-down menu, you can choose multiple or unlimited attempts. If I scroll down Grading Options, you will see that there are two different options possible. One is to allow anonymous grading. So if you have papers that are needing to be graded, if the student removes their name from the paper itself, if you select anonymous grading, when you look at the papers inside of eLearning, a random ID will be generated, so you will not know who submitted the paper and therefore guarantee unbiased points. If you have in your class an additional instructor or grader, you can also enable delegated grading. As an instructor, you can assign a TA or another instructor other people in the course to grade, while still retaining the final right to assign a final grade. If I select Display of Grades, you can see right now that the options are for primary and secondary. Primary means this is a format students will see, and right now it's listed as score, a numerical value. Secondary, which actually comes more into play with final projects, midterms, final grades, is a format of the grade that only instructors will see, and this will only appear in your grade center. Since I want this grade to be included in my grade center and I want to show students my grades, I'm going to leave my display of grades as is. Availability. Once I select Submit, this assignment will be made immediately available to students. But know that I can always change the time that students will start to see it, and I can also limit when the students can no longer access it. At the moment, I don't want to limit when students can view and access this assignment, so I'll go ahead and choose Submit. And as you can see, I've now created a new assignment with instructions that students can download and a link, Paper 1, that students can use to upload their assignments to.